Welcome to the second part of our tale of Hercules and his 12 labours. Last time we learnt about Hercules and a bit about who he was and his parents and his childhood, and the fact he was Heracles. Actually, he was known as Heracles to the Greeks. And where we left it last week was that we know he grew up in Thebes, which is right here in the middle of your screen in Greece, and he was sent south by the Oracle of Delphi, to go and serve his cousin King Eurystheus in Mycene, and guided by Hera, the king, who didn't really like Hercules, set about setting Hercules a series of tasks, difficult and dangerous tasks, ideally aimed at killing Hercules and embarrassing him, maybe, but killing him, really. Do you remember what the first task? He was heading towards number 1. The first task was to slay the lion, the Nemean Lion. So this is where we left it last time. Hercules has arrived in Mycene and he's speaking to King Eurystheus, who is just starting to set him off on the first of his labours. Now, the first labour of Hercules, as I said, was to slay the Nemean Lion. Now, the king did warn Hercules that the Nemean Lion had huge teeth and skin so tough that it could not be pierced by arrows. Everyone in the land of Nemea was scared to death of it. Many hunters had tried to kill the beast, but none had succeeded. Now, the Nemean Lion was smart. Several hunters had tried to trick it with poisoned meat. The lion never ate the meat. He did, however, eat the hunters. Now, the lion was strong. Was Hercules stronger? Let's find out. So, Hercules soon arrived in Nemea to begin his first labour, and it was not long before he found signs of his prey. I hope you enjoyed your meal, monster. You can see the lion here snacking on the bones of the hunters that came before Hercules. As it will be your last. Now Hercules draws his bow and fires an arrow at the lion, but the lion just roars in defiance. The arrow breaks off on his skin. Your hide is as tough as rumours say, but my club will strike you down. Hercules jumps through the air and strikes the lion, wham, with his club. Perhaps not. The lion is strong. Well, if weapons fail, he launches himself at the lion, gets onto his back and grasps around his neck. My strength will have to be enough. Now Hercules grasps the lion and squeezes and squeezes. Do you think he'll be able to defeat him? Well, you're right, he does. Hercules had lured the beast into a trap and strangled it. He then made a coat out of the lion's fur. Now, we know that the lion's fur is almost like armour. It deflects arrows. So now Hercules had this amazing coat of armour to protect him. He almost wore the lion's head as a helmet. And with the cheers of the grateful people of Nemea ringing in his ears, he headed for home, delighted with his new clothes. Has there been no word? Surely the beast has devoured him by now, said King Eurystheus. No word yet, my king, but... Eurystheus! Ah! And King Eurystheus stares into the doorway where a dark figure in the shape of a lion stands. Ha ha ha! No need for fear, cousin. Do you like my new cloak? It was not easy to get. It was just Hercules cloaked in the skin of the Nemean lion. Now, that might have seemed very funny, but the king was ashamed that the sight of Hercules in the lion's skin had frightened him. He wanted to make Hercules pay for that embarrassment. Yes, very nice. Perhaps it will help protect you during your next task. In the swamps of Lernia, there lives a beast called the Hydra. Gosh, Well, if the lion was just the starting point and it gets more dangerous, I wonder what the Hydra could be. A beast in the swamps of Lernia. Find out next time to see how Hercules gets on in his second